Hi everyone, so let's look at our second lesson on external finance. That is of course finance raised from outside of the organisation. So let's get stuck in. First up, we've got hire purchase, so paying to use an asset in monthly instalments. Really good for buying a vehicle, buying a piece of machinery perhaps, because it allows that breakdown of the overall cost in monthly instalments. Now, as you make those instalments, perhaps over a 3, even 4-year period, you may end up, however, paying more to the company that you've bought that from than you would have done had you bought that outright in the first place. So that is a downside against it. But in the immediate term, it avoids the need to pay a big lump sum, and that's good news in terms of your cash flow situation, and you pay in installments. So in the shorter term it's good news. In the longer term you do have those installments to pay, and you won't own the asset until you've made that last installment. Then we've got leasing, again really appropriate for buying vehicles, buying machinery, but this is now renting equipment, assets on a monthly basis. It's also good for leasing premises, of course. Now here you're not responsible for the upkeep of that machinery, so if the machinery breaks down, then of course the company that you have actually leased that from will need to come out and fix that. Now you will never actually own the asset though when you lease it. Okay, and it can be more expensive than actually buying it the longer term. Then we've got trade credits. So this is where you are given a period of perhaps 30 days or so to actually pay off your bills. Now this keeps money in your business and helps to improve cash flow in the shorter term, so that's good news. It's only short term however, and it's most likely to be linked to just stock purchases or inventory purchases, as it's also known. Then we've got grants. So this is where the government or other charitable organisations will actually provide a lump sum of money to a business, perhaps because they are employing people in an area of high unemployment and they want that business to succeed. There'll be no interest or need to actually repay this grant though, but it can be difficult to actually qualify for them, and it's quite a lengthy application process. Okay, then we've got peer-to-peer lending. So this is where one business person lends to another in return for interest payments. Now peer-to-peer lending, there's a good example of this on the website, Zopa website, so check that out, which is a person-to-person lending service under this peer-to-peer approach. Okay, so the interest rate will be quite low generally, and it will be fixed up front as well, so that's good news. So it may well be a bit cheaper than actually going to a bank for a loan, but the amounts may be limited and only for a short time period only. Okay, then we've got invoice discounting. So imagine you've got an invoice, you've sent out an invoice for £1,000, okay, but you need that money now. Your debtors, the people that owe you money, the people that actually have your stock, your materials, whatever you've given them, they've got 30 days to pay, and actually you need that money now. So what can you do? Well, you can go to an invoice discounting service, and then they would give you perhaps 80% of the actual invoice, and then they'd be responsible for chasing it up themselves. Okay, sort of similar to a debt factoring agency. There's no need to repay, no interest, and it cuts costs and the money leaving your business. Okay, so it's better for your cash flow. It's only available for cash purchases however. And then of course we've got donations. So when it comes to donations, just imagine a scenario where you are running a social enterprise, or perhaps you've got a YouTube channel and you are reliant upon donations. With those donations, then it means then that yes, you receive small lump sums, but they are likely to be quite small. There's no need to repay, no interest. Okay, right, there we go guys. That is finance all wrapped up there. I hope that was useful. Thanks guys.